Well, as usual, I'm the sped, and I'm just talking about sports this time,
Sure,
right?
right.
So, two big fights coming up this weekend. One in the UFC with Sean Brady is on a card out in Austin, Texas. First fight after his loss. You know, he's 15-0, finally loses, lost to Bilal Muhammad. He's fights in Philadelphia at a Marquez MMA down in the like Kensington area. And also happens to be Eddie Alvarez, the Philadelphia legend himself, is going bare-knuckle boxing against that absolute
Is he going against Perry?
savage Mike Perry, who's the Mike Tyson of bare-knuckle. So they've billed this as whoever wins it is, you know, how obviously they've done like the tough guy or whatever, the baddest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
This one is the king of violence.
Yeah.
Bare-knuckle.
Dude,
Mike Perry,
see what he did
Eddie
to Rockhold?
Alvarez, yo. Oh, my God.
Steve,
Yo.
where do we watch that fight?
I only ever see clips on
I don't
YouTube.
know. That's a good question. I have no
BKFC,
idea.
I know, is the thing. Is like BKFC, I think, is the league name. Am I right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. That's
But Liam, any one of those alleged sites that you can allegedly watch it for free on that we may or may not know about, it'll be on all of those.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for it.
Yep. Look around. But yeah, so shout out a legend and a young bull. It's a cool time for both of them to be on the same night fighting. Sean Brady, like one of the biggest prospects in Philly, from Philly, and Eddie Alvarez, the legend from Philly, from Philly.
Legend.
So both fighting in the same card's pretty cool. And they train together too. Like they have a bunch of, not all the time, not like every day from the same camp, but because they're from the same city, they train all the time here and there. So shout out both of them. Hopefully we'll see the deal. Brady's in Austin, Texas, and that's on a free fight night. So that'll be on ESPN. Yeah, you can watch it on TV. And then I don't know where the hell you find bare knuckle boxing, but if you're not ready to see real cuts and violence and blood everywhere, it is insane what happens.
I'm gonna watch it, dude.
You saw what Perry did to Luke Rockhold, right?
You mean, first off, for those of you who don't know, you mean the Calvin Klein model and no homo, the best looking fighter that's ever lived. That will also beat the living,
though.
Who will beat? I'm sorry, he was the UFC champion, Matt.
Yeah,
he's an absolute animal. Not only is he the best looking guy at the party, he'll beat the shit out of everybody at the party.
Yeah.
Dude,
and like Perry
knocked his fucking tooth out.
He fucking broke him.
Knocked his fucking tooth out of his mouth, and he quit.
Dude, Rockhold's like, I'm not down for this. I've done the other shit, high level, bad shit, but I'm not with this.
This is too much. Not with this guy.
Perry's that guy, man.
And remember, and with that, he's fought at 205 before. Perry's only ever been up to 185. He's fought at 205 before.
Oh, Rockhold did.
Yeah. So he's like a much bigger guy.
Yeah.
When you see them together.
So wait, Eddie will be smaller than Perry then.
Yes, he is. But Eddie's built like a goddamn tank.
Do you know what weight they're meeting at?
They're fighting at 170.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, 170. So Eddie got up. Eddie's no problem. He fought most of his career at 55.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
he went back and forth.
Weight makes a difference, but it doesn't make all the difference.
No, not at all.
Honestly, dude, the thought of getting hit by one of these guys with like no padding on their hands.
Their hands are wrapped though.
So you just get to break every bone. Yes, your wrist is fine. I just get to bludgeon you and destroy my hands and fingers. But the thing, Matt, too, both of them being, this is the part that's going to be wild for this. Both of them are legendary for taking shots too, and like not going down or even going down, popping right up, right? Not being out. So when you do that with bare knuckle, these two, no one's getting knocked out. They're going to be so cut up and fucking bloody. And it's going to be wild.
Have you never seen the highlights from
some of them?
Bro, they are, dude, like men and women. They are wild.
The one chick that is you've probably seen it, Liam. There's one like interview after she fought, and this girl's face. It wasn't the one in the UFC.
Like, it was really fun. And she's yes. Oh, that was for bare knuckle.
That was bare knuckle. Yeah. That's what happened to that poor girl.
I mean, most people don't know this. A lot of people think like the gloves that guys wear, especially in the UFC, are made to protect the other person that they're hitting. It's not true. They're made to protect your hand, right? So these guys, dude, Perry's hands have to be like cinder blocks by now. You know what I mean? Like legit bricks. bro. And it is a big difference getting hit with a bare fist as opposed to a glove. But man, this is like Eddie, dude. Eddie's can take some smoke, man. Like he can really take some heat. But dude, I don't know. But also, I guess it's mentally too. Like, look what it did to Rockhold. Rockhold could have stayed in, but mentally it broke him. So it's a lot of it's mental too. Like this is
100%.
real pain, like this is some real old school fucking, John L. Sullivan shit, babe.
Wow,
Man.
It's a hell of a fight, and you got to be careful with obviously Sean Brady. I forgot to say that he's fighting Gastelum, right? Gastelum been around forever in the UFC. This guy Kevin Gastelum went the full 5 rounds in a championship fight with Izzy.
Yeah,
he's
a gatekeeper for
now he is. Yes, because ready for the guys he's knocked out in his career, Matt.
Yeah.
Michael Bisping, one of the most legendary champions ever. Tim Kennedy, maybe the greatest American that's ever lived. And Nate Marquardt, everyone said back in the day, the most freakish guy and a champion also. These are some of the guys he knocked out in his career. So Gastelum they're giving Brady's still young, but they're giving him one of the legends of the UFC. This guy's been around forever. Absolute monster.
Wow.
Older now.
That's impressive. I mean, that's
right?
Dude, to beat one of those guys is
not
impressive.
Just beating them. They were all by KO. Not clean out, but they stopped it from me beating the fuck out of you before I kill you.
Dude, to even be competitive with some of those guys, that's wild, man. Good stuff, Steve. Really good. Let's keep it moving. Damn. I do love this too. I know we're bird walking. I do love though that the UFC guys look at the difference in either are you going to WWE or are you going to bare-knuckle FC? We really know who's the real deal now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
nuts. Right? So all right, good. Shout out, Philly. Hopefully these guys do well.